All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the pre-market prep. I hope everyone's having an amazing morning. Hope you had a great day yesterday. Good morning, Norm. How are you doing today?
Hey, good morning, brother. I'm doing well. Happy Friday. How are you?
Yes, happy Friday. Doing good, man. Doing good. All right, guys, let's get right into it. We will start again Fridays, guys. For those that do not know, just a heads up, we do not have engineering the market, so that is only done on Monday through Thursday. So you will not see Jared only Fridays. We start right at 8:30 with the pre-market prep. So if you're sticking around looking for that 8 o'clock show, that is what's going on there.
That's
We're
because Jared does his crypto discussion
yes.
and spends a lot of time in the room or on the on the BBT side on Fridays doing the crypto. And it just proved too much to do both of those, which is completely understandable.
Oh, yes, it is. We know. All right, guys, let's jump into it and see what we had on our list yesterday, starting with Baba. Dean, she is good. Thank you for asking, my friend. Baba here, guys. Let's go back to yesterday's action. Gapping up today, 1.5, so it should be in play as well. Looking at it yesterday, guys, rough start. Let me get my Epic pen as well in here. And you can see that here, guys, again, just very choppy open. You did eventually get this beautiful breakout, but nonetheless, the open was very choppy, as we saw in a lot of stocks yesterday. Our list, by the way, was not a blockbuster list. We know that from, from right from the start, we knew this list was not going to be great. AMC ended up amazing, guys, but it gave us a really hard time at the open breaking out of this area here, right? Just the pullbacks were too deep, right? So you have a breakout here of this 4660. That looked great. I got stopped out on this, didn't get going. And then the second time, I went back in on this. And unfortunately, I got out. It just took too long. Right when I got out, this thing decides to go up for a nice run here. And you can see that there. So if you were patient or took another shot at this, you were able to take this move here on AMC. Got toppy here, then eventually was able to break out all the way up to 48 almost, or 48.70 there. So huge drop right after that. You can see that there. Again, if you were still trading around this time, you can see that great opportunity there on AMC as well. FSR, I didn't really watch FSR. What did it do? I didn't was pretty much paying attention to it, but it seems to have traded well. Nice little drop here. I don't remember having this one on the list yesterday. So again, didn't really watch that one, but again, nice drop as you can see there, all the way down to 12 from 1280-ish. Apple was again another not so great day for Apple, very choppy. And you can see here, it's just not a whole lot going on there. LSID yesterday, this thing was it was just mad. I was watching others traded here, and again, it was just one of these stocks that the price action was just so bad. It was being so manipulated by big buyers here. It was just not something tradable. I'm glad it not touched this one. And then we also had CLOV on deck, but again, just didn't do a whole lot, right? So again, not a blockbuster list. Hopefully this morning we'll find something better. And again, it was a holiday yesterday. It was Yom Kippur, right? If I remember correctly. So that could have played part in it. But also, you mentioned yesterday, it might be some of that summer trading still going on, right? So
Like
Friday,
100% is.
right?
Even though the
So
summer,
mhm.
everybody thinks the summer ends with Labor Day, the stock market, it keeps going a little bit
Yeah,
longer.
yeah. And if you notice, everything that was hot, yes, it was all these, lower flow type risky stocks. And look at their start, right? I mean, they were not good. I mean, they had great volume in the pre-market open, all like 3 million, 2 million, 5 million, 7 million shares traded. But look at them, look at their open. They were just not great at all. So nothing happening there. All right, with that said, Norm, anything interesting for today as we end the week?
No, not really. I mean, the only piece of economic data we have is the University of Michigan Consumer Sentiment Survey. That'll come out at 10 a.m. Eastern this morning. SPY relatively flat. Once again, just, I mean, in this bit of a downtrend, still over the 50 on the daily. Seeing maybe, the last 3 days or so, higher lows coming off those bounces. So we'll see if that does anything, but just kind of in the late summer market doldrums. So yeah, and as thank you guys, quad witching today as well, which makes trading a little bit funky. Yeah, so
Absolutely. So we'll be again very patient as we continue into this Friday into the market open. All right. With that said, guys, let's take a look at what we have on our list today. We're going to control A this stuff right over here. We'll get rid of this, and let's start with our gappers. It was gapping up today. We have AP. Why is it doing that? That is funky, man. Oh, I know why, because I have this highlighted, so it's probably trying to do something there. Let's uncheck this. My system is going wild. I
The hell
cannot
are
read
you
the
doing,
stocks.
dude?
I'm not even touching it. I don't know. Okay, here, look. It looks like because I
That's
had this
not good.
highlighted, it did not like that at all. Uh, no, every time I click on it, it just does this thing, right? Look at it, click on it, and it just starts. I have no idea what's going on. We'll do this. Let's restart trade ideas. It is
We'll try that.
yeah, acting.
It looks like it's freaking out for you.
Yeah,
Your
something's up.
fundamentals, your trade ideas
Um,
fundamental window. Do you have something sitting on one of your keys on your
that's
keyboard?
what
Do
I'm
you
looking at because that's what it looks like to be. But no, I do
did
not.
Amanda spit up on your keyboard?
Yeah, that would cause some problems. Yeah, I don't know what's happening there. Um, Even when I try to right click on
Yeah.
my trade ideas to close it, it is something is stuck, but I don't see anything stuck. If I hit escape, maybe. Just don't buy
Okay.
nothing. Don't buy none of these crappy stocks that are showing up here on this montage. What if I click somewhere else on this?
Try to go to your task manager, maybe close
Yeah,
it out that
you
way,
know
and
what
then
it is? Is
restart it.
it? Yeah, yeah. 1 second, guys. I'm gonna just switch off the screen for a sec here,
Give us just a second.
and we will figure out what's going on. All right, I'm gonna try to see. It's got to be trade ideas. What I'm
Give
assuming it
me a
is.
seizure.
Yeah, seriously. All right, so let's see here. Performance, and then let's see what's going on with trade ideas. It's the only app that actually tries to send information.
Give us just a second, guys.
All right, so let's see if we close that. Yeah, it's definitely trade ideas. Once I close this, all fine. So 1 second here, guys. We'll start up trade ideas again. In the meantime, while we're doing
Anybody
this
do?
over on YouTube, hit that thumbs up as we get going here. Appreciate that very, very much, guys.
While we completely screw up the broadcast, please
Yes, yes,
like it
hit that
for us.
thumbs up. uh, all right, so here we go. All right, trade ideas up and running, and let's do the linking now. And I'll show you guys the linking now that I have this up here. All right.
All right. It
All right,
looks like
before
it's
you know
settled
what,
down.
before I link anything, this looks good now. Let's do the spy here. Yeah, so it looks good. Let's get rid of this. All right, so all right, we're okay now. No, hold on. All right, we'll shift here. Okay, close this out, and all right. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. All right, let's do this again. IPHA, guys, let's start here. This morning, they are up 28%, 6.4
Your epic
million.
pin, move that real quick,
Oh
and
man,
now we
yeah.
can
I wish
when
this would
you get going.
start somewhere else, right? Why does it gotta start there? Out of 3 monitors, it picks that one. IPHA guys this morning, they are up 27%. Good volume. Pre-market action is a little funky. Reminds me a little bit of the other stocks we had in play yesterday. Again, where they had great volume at the market open and it just didn't trail that well great volume at the pre-market, just didn't trail that well at the market open. So not a fan of it right now. It is a pharmaceutical company, looks like, in maybe the
Yeah,
South American. Is that what it
no,
is?
it's French.
Oh, it's French. Okay.
Yeah, and we went into this yesterday. A lot of times, European stocks trading on the U.S. exchanges don't trade very well.
Mm-hmm.
They presented at a conference, so we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. We'll keep it on here. Let's see where it goes. Again, guys, we just got to be careful, see how that market open is going to be on this one. Flow is a 51 million shares flow. So it's not a low flow stock, but I'm putting it here. It's a lower price. It's moving quite a bit this morning. It's up 28%. I just want to be careful on the risk management there. Abcl this morning, they're up 15%, 1 million shares traded. We never had this on the list before. At least I can't remember this ticker. They're very light on the volume on the daily. You can see that down here. Just not a whole lot of volume. Even on their biggest day, they're not even getting, the 10 million is the most I see here, 6 million is there. So we'll see. Float on this one, 163. So again, it's not even a lower flow stock on top of that. You know what? I'm going to keep it off this morning. I just don't like a lot going on here. If this gets better, throw it back out to me. BGNE, this looks foreign and not good at all. So they're up 12%.
Chinese biotech. It's the volume it has been real spotty on the 1 minute, especially. That looks scary.
Yeah, it's just not good at all. So we'll skip on this one, guys. SDC, we've seen this before on our list. The intraday trading action on this is funky, guys. I don't like it. I think it trades pretty bad. This morning they're up 8.2 with a 2.5 million shares traded with a very choppy pre-market action, as you can see here with that 2.5. So not really doing a whole lot. I do like their breakout this morning, right? They did get to 6, which has been an area of resistance, and now they're breaking out of that nicely here. So that looks good. Outside of that, I don't see much, but you know what? We'll put it on here. I like the volume, but I wish that volume could be trading a little bit better in the pre-market. BL, what was that? Nah, right?
Meme.
Oh, this one, SDC?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So we'll see if that's gonna do anything for us. GDEV is popping up to the top spot here out of nowhere now, up 72, 62, now 58%. Not sure what's going on with this, but be extremely careful whatever is happening here. This thing went from 11 to 21. That's a $10 pop in a matter of, that's the 5 minute, but I'll show you the 1 minute. It's happened in about three minute span here. Very careful what's going on there. We'll get some more info. I'm gonna definitely put this one over on our risky pile. It is 36 million shares float. We'll see what kind of news is coming out there that's costing that.
This 1 minute candle, I mean, just look at these 1 minute candles from 13 to 21, back down to 18 almost.
And look at the volume, 64,000 shares. I mean, that could be an order that you drop, Norm.
This just popped up. I haven't looked yet. I don't know if. Yeah. I don't know if this is worth a darn or not. But all I see is a word I'm not going to say. GD electric vehicle. I don't know. I don't think that's what it is, but we'll have to see.
Well, it has a
got
keyword
EV.
here.
Now you've got the GD EV.
Got the key letters right there, EV. We'll put it as an entertainment stock for today, guys. I don't trust that stock at the moment, or at all.
The spread, my lord.
It is bad.
Yeah, it's all over the place. So be careful if you even think about looking at that.
BLI, let's see if this looks any better this morning. They are up 7.2. Pre-market action is non-existent right now, so we'll move on from here. And, actually, we'll move on to the next screen. I do see some other ones on here. Futu is a favorite ones for most. They are up 2.7 this morning. Nice gap up today. Pre-market action, 188,000. Again, not a huge fan of this one, but they're up nicely. If you do like this one, put it on your list. Let's head over to what's gapping down today. PTGX. This does not look good. I love the drop, 55%, 283,000 shares traded. Again, this is not usually a great trading stock. You can tell by the volume since July. Looks like they have not traded over, probably August, over 1 million shares traded on the daily. So just look how bad this is here. Obviously, something is going on today. They're down huge this morning. Spread is not great, and it might get better after the bell. But for the most part, this is not looking good at all this morning.
They have some negative FDA news. So
yeah. Again, guys, that could be big. That could move. But usually what happens is, for the most part, when we see this stuff, is they drop down. They kind of move sideways at the market open. It's so extended, nobody wants to take it short anymore. And it's so weak that nobody wants to take it long. It just kind of moves sideways on some really bad price action. So I'm not a fan of that. Nathan, thank you so much for the super chat there. The $5 bomb, man. I appreciate your consistency on doing that. I appreciate the support very much.
This month.
Yep.
Going to cure childhood cancer. Great organization. Match dollar for dollar by Andrew for Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Nathan, so much for the continued support there. All right, OPAD here this morning. This is one of the ones from yesterday we had on our list. Yeah. I'm not sure if we kept it or not. Yeah. Second day, guys. I'm not sure what this is going to do today, but it traded like trash yesterday. Be careful today. I think we had I think this is one that I believe no, Brian was talking about a different one that will come back towards the end of the day. I think that was Lucid, and it did. I was surprised because Brian mentioned this is one stock that's probably not going to stay down. That was early on, like around 11:30. And he was right, man. This thing did come back and broke out for the most part after hours. But again, another one that you want to be careful with. So OPED, going back to that one, I am not a big fan of this one, especially after yesterday. And usually the second, third day after some action, you just got to be careful. It can be very, very choppy. I don't expect it to be better than the first and the day before where it did the actual move. And if that's the case, yesterday was so bad that today might be worse. IRNT, also another one that was just all over the place yesterday. Today they're down 12.3. All these ones that we had on our list, you guys remember down here in our risky pile, are all slightly down this morning or whatever the case may be. But again, not a fan of that one neither. Very, very risky type stock there. They're not low flows, by the way. They're all sitting, it's funny, 58.9 and 58.9. They got the exact same flow, but they're all sitting around that lower flow. That mid flow range, but they're trading like low flow stocks.
Just a reminder on IronNet, I've got different data feeds from from under 20 million to 60 million on IronNet. So I would treat that like the float is lower than it is whatever TI has.
Treat it like a $10 million float, guys. That is the way it is trading. Here's a TMC. We had this yesterday as well. TMC here, and again, it didn't do a whole lot. It's a crappy stock there. ATER. This was hot a couple of days ago. What is it doing now? Not much. The pre-market also pretty quiet. INDP. This was just dangerous to trade yesterday. I don't expect it to be any better today. Another one I'm going to stay away from. Man, we went through that, and we have not one stock on our main list. Norm, give me something good, man. What do we have here? What can we add here?
Well, first, Dennis, thank you. 10 euros going to the kids.
Yes, Dennis, thank you very much for that super chat. Yep, it's actually, appreciate it very much.
20 because Andrew matching dollar for dollar, so thank you very much. No, I'm still looking, man. It's not that great looking this morning, so let's throw it to the room. I'm sure they'll have plenty to throw out. Whether they're good or not, we'll see.
All right, let's start here today with what do we have here? GEM, GEM, if I'm saying that right, or Gen. PLTR. Let's take a look. PLTR this morning. PLTR right now, a good day yesterday as far as the daily. Not sure how I actually traded. This morning they are slightly up, 554,000. Possible continuation today. Yeah, I mean we definitely could take a look at this. Looking back at the daily, we are sitting at an area of resistance right here that was between November and December. Big area of resistance, trying to get above that. So let's see if we can do that today. But yeah, it might be worth taking a look at. Again, it's not great, but it's probably better than what we have right now, which is not a whole lot. Apple, let's take a look at Apple this morning. This is one to watch. I don't think it's in play right now. I do like the volume, guys, 1.3 million. So we got quite a bit on here. You know, we're kind of finding a little bit of support here. You can see here the wicks is just providing higher lows the last couple of days there. So maybe at that 148 wants to break out of that. The volume is good. But yeah, we'll have to see. We'll put it on here. Put that on there. We'll come back to that.
Somebody asked, I want to address this in more color than, especially since the tickers kind of stink today, about the debt ceiling and what I think it might have impacts on the market. It's just my opinion. This isn't anything that hasn't happened before. I mean, you and I have been trading. This is something that happens, pops up in the news, sometimes several times over the course of a year. Sometimes you don't hear about it for a little bit. But I mean, in reality, we've never not paid our bills. There might have been some delays or shut down a part, whatever. I've never seen any kind of real impact in the markets from it that I can recall. If hypothetically the U.S. defaulted on something, different story. But I don't. I mean, even with all the gamesmanship and politics going on in the background and it talked about on the news and the fear factor and everything else, nobody thinks that's going to happen. So,
yeah, agree 100% with that as well. All right, guys, let's see what else we have here. We looked at Apple. We will put that on deck. I see a lot of you guys throwing that one out. We'll see where that goes. LSIT this morning. Yeah, they're active, guys. 5.3 so far.
Talked about LSIT.
Yeah, we already talked about it. We didn't add it. I mean, they're active. You want to be careful. We can put as possible.
It could be. I think one of my favorites here so far is LSIT. So
yeah,
we'll see what it does.
Yeah, it's got some movement. And actually, yeah, you're right. We could put it up here because we don't have a whole lot on our main list anyway. So probably one of the better ones today, this morning. 1.5 million. They do got volume there. We'll throw that on there. Abcl. We looked at this one, guys. I did not like what I saw. Abcl. Let's just take a quick look again. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of this one. Maybe a possible though. Maybe a possible. Since we're setting the standards a little bit lower today based on what we have here. Doesn't mean you have to trade that stuff though, guys. Don't go out there putting forcing trades on stuff that's not active. AMD,
Yeah,
again, I just don't
that's
think
the
it's in
most
play.
important part. Just realize
Yeah.
what kind of morning this is shaping up to be at this point, and
Mm-hmm.
don't just feel like you have to trade. If
Yeah.
nothing
Yeah.
shows up, don't do it, or sit and wait for something decent. I'm sure we always find something, but sometimes it's a little harder. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer. So
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
get stubborn.
Absolutely. Guys, I don't think AMD is really in play right now. The Apple, we have Baba. Let's take a look at. Oh yeah, Baba's actually was gapping up. Yeah, Baba was gapping up 1.3. Maybe this can do something today. We'll see. Microsoft, what's going on there on Microsoft? Yeah, I don't think it's really in play right now. Again, I see you're looking at the daily for a possible breakout, right? That looks very
Yeah.
interesting after this gap up. But we need the volume to come in. We need to see that. But yeah, that's sitting actually in a pretty good spot. Is that all-time highs there? Microsoft, it is. We can
Yes.
put it as a possible. Just because it's slamming up against the all-time highs. I don't think you're going to get a crazy squeeze out of it,
If
though,
it's
like you
not in
do.
play, it's easy to get chopped up there, though. So
Yeah,
just keep that in
exactly.
mind.
I don't think you're going to get a crazy squeeze like you do on other stocks. It is Microsoft, so we'll have to see. AMC this morning, they have some movement, maybe a possible. Again, this thing, it all depends on where we want to go to as far as move, squeezing and dropping and all that. We'll have to look at it a little bit later. Volume 755, which is good. Pre-market action is active. Was in the green earlier today, now in the red. Yeah, let's put it on here. Big drop for them yesterday, which was very, very interesting. All right, Harry, thank you so much for the super chat here, calling out FU to you this morning. We'll take a look at it. And I'm going to mention it because you donated a super chat. For now, we said it differently, but you donated a super chat.
Harry
And I
K is a
know
good guy.
yeah, he's a great guy. I know that's what you're looking for there. Futu actually up 3.2 this morning. Nice pop up today. 200,000 shares traded right now. So yeah, if you like this one, guys, you can definitely put it on the list. That's a nice big run here so far. Yeah, maybe a possible on Futu today. I'll probably watch Futu just to see how it trades. I don't think I ever actually watched it more than twice or three times since we've been talking about it. I always end up taking it off. We'll see where that ends up today. Nvidia, we'll do a few more here, guys. Nvidia, no, I don't think it's, again, a lot of these not really in play right now. They're great potentials. Starbucks doesn't have great volume at the moment, which is not a big deal for Starbucks. They tend not to have amazing volume in the pre-market anyway, and they can put in a decent day if they're going to be in play, though. That's the thing. X, not much going on X, guys. Yeah, we'll stop here. We'll stop here. Let's take a look over on our YouTube chat. What do you guys have this morning? Let's start with Andy. Andy, you're giving us IVZ this morning. Yeah, not good. No volume. No volume there. Let's look at a CRVS from Connor there. Starting to get going here. CRVS, what's the float on this? CRVS, they are a 29 million shares flow. A little bit of a lower price there. They definitely got some volume, guys. 15 million, up 70%. I'm gonna put it here next to these lower flow stocks. I know they're a little bit higher at 30, but again, this price action here, you got to be careful with. We'll see. We'll see. So that looks very active, to say the least. American Airlines, I don't think is in play, guys. I don't think any of the airlines or cruise lines or travel companies are in play. Very, very light volume. Triple bottom on the daily. Yeah, maybe even four bottoms on the daily. Means 1, 2, 3, 4. You got a great area of resistance here. It's not in play. I don't think it's going to matter much unless you're looking to swing trade or long-term stuff. I don't think that's going to matter a whole lot for today. Microsoft we looked at. Apple we have on deck. Microsoft we have. AMD, it's not really in play. I'm not going to add that one. A firm, got to be careful with that one. It trades a little funky. It's been very active though recently, right? Look at the candles, how they are wider than usual. It's just, you want to be careful. This one trades a little bit funky at times. We'll add it on here. Let's see what it wants to do today. X has news, but that's not showing up on our morning activity as far as pre-market action. So not sure what the news is. I'm not seeing anything a whole lot great there. All right, guys, we will stop here. I think we haven't.
No, they were talking about they've reduced debt, and they gave, I think, some business update. So
All right.
it doesn't always trade that great. It's my only issue. I'm not a huge fan of the
This daily
commodity-based
too, man.
stocks
This
like that,
daily's
but
this daily's just nasty. You got a couple of days here where it looks like it traded well in one direction. I'm not sure how that catalyst is going to move them as much. That could be baked in already too, based on their movement here so far. So we'll be mindful of that. Guys, let's go over to our community events. We'll come back
I know a
and
lot of people have called out
yeah,
body. Body's up
body.
4%.
Ah,
Volume's not that heavy in reality, and
mm-hmm.
the short time frame, 1 minute, 5 minute, looks just like chop to me. But
Yeah, it doesn't look like a whole lot going on there.
and the
106
volume's
million.
super sparse.
Yeah, I know you're looking at guys again. Yesterday, big day for them as far as the daily, but only 7.2 million shares trade on this 106
And
million shares flow. Could be
if
interesting,
anything,
you know?
that's secondary. See if it
Yeah,
continues off the
yeah.
daily. It's popped up against the 20 moving average. It could do something.
It's
I
a
won't
good
completely write
possible.
it off, but yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's
Mm-hmm.
good possible. But right now, it's just looking like chop. It would have to really ramp up and do something for me to
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Absolutely. All right, guys.
take it
Let's take a
seriously.
look at our announcements. We'll come back and we'll look at Neo. I see a lot. Some of you guys throwing out Neo. We'll look at that next when we get back.
All right. Eamon's webinar is up on over trading next week. You get a double dose of Andrew. He's going to be talking about buying on pullbacks, Brian Notorious 920 trade. That is going to be 8 p.m. next Tuesday. Nada's webinar on developing a mind routine is also posted, and that's Andrew is going to be part of the town hall with Dr. Katz. That'll be Dr. Katz's last town hall with us next Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern. As we've mentioned, when the super chats have come in, you can give via super chat or via the giving link that Abcl as or Bearable Traders has posted at the top up there, and also track real-time donations. And those two links above, that's going to Cure Childhood Cancer, match dollar for dollar by Andrew. That's the charity of the month for September. So thank you. And the kids, thank you for sure. All right, if you want to participate in the member trade of the day, trade of the week, take a screenshot of your best trade of the day, post it on Twitter, tagging at Bearable Traders, at Mike B_BBT, and at Norm BBT. Also use the hashtags BBT Family, Day Trading, and Stock Market. We'll announce the winner each afternoon in the room and on Twitter, and then all those trades of the day are eligible for trade of the week, which is voted on by the team and announced on Monday. If you are watching on YouTube, first of all, sincerely appreciate it. If you remember to hit that like button, that thumbs up actually means a lot to us. Helps get the algorithm to recommend the channel and our videos and grow the channel. If you are watching over on YouTube and you haven't been in the room, you'd like to give it a shot, use the promo code PREMARKET24. All you got to do is go to bearabletraders.com, scroll down the page, you'll see that test drive button is pictured on your screen. Click that, and then in the coupon code, use PREMARKET24. It'll get you a discount off the intro membership, which cancels itself after 7 calendar days, which is 5 trading days, and it will not bill you again. You'd actively have to go choose another membership if you'd like to continue on. Speaking of that, while it's not on the site, you can still use the promo code SUMMER40 to get 40% off the annual Elite membership.
All right, thank you, Norm. Guys, let's get to this list here. We're going to look at NEO here, see what's going on there. NEO 359, lighter volume than usual at the moment, sitting at a nice area of support here, as you can see. Again, just not really in play at the moment, though. Could be interesting if we do start losing some of these levels, but we haven't. We haven't been able to lose that level since mid-August, so I'm not sure that's going to happen today, especially on a Friday with lighter volumes than usual very early on after the market open. So let's take a look at what we have. Let's start with our secondary list. Let's see if anything looks a little bit better now. Abcl here, they got some volume here. They're looking okay. I'm not a fan of the daily and the volume down here for the most part, but it could be all right. Good possible there. SDC, even though they got 3.4, I mean, this 3.4 million, it's so bad as far as pre-market action. So we'll see if that 3.4 can, people are definitely looking at this. Can it start heading in one direction at the market open will be nice. But right now, it shouldn't even be on that possibles list, but we don't have a lot to go on. I have Microsoft here. I do like the possible push above the all-time highs here. We've been struggling to get above that a couple of times here. We have an area here, here, and here. Right, a couple of stretches before it quits and dies down a little bit and then comes right back up and tries again. So we're on the third day of trying again to break out of that. We'll see what happens to this Friday. For some reason, I'm not expecting that it's going to do that. I'm going to take it off my list. I guarantee you someone in the in the room will watch it. And as I am saying that, Thor has his list. He's watching Microsoft. So I'll wait for him to call out something nice on that. AMC could be a hit or miss, guys, but it's good to watch. They do have great volume most of the time. This pre-market action is a little bit lighter, but you know they're going to get the volume. It just comes down to, are you going to trade in one direction or not? And then you just have to be patient and wait for that setup with AMC, long or short. If we do have inventory for short, yes, we do. Food to here, guys. Pre-market action not telling you much because it's just so choppy right now. All you know is up 3% with 204. I'm going to keep it on here. I want to see how Futu trades. I want to see what's going on there. Body, as we mentioned, we kind of talked about this a little bit, so I think that's good. All right, so I think the possibles list stays the same. I don't see anything that we can move up or replace in our main list. We have PLTR here, which is trying to stay green. I do like the day that it had yesterday. I like the day that it had the day before that. Breakout at 27 and a very nice faction here. Can we continue above this? Where are we sitting at here as far as levels? All right, we do have an area here we had struggled with between the November and December. Maybe we can get above that. It could be a nice run. Apple, great volume, 1.4 in the green, right? Did a red to green move today, so that's good. LSID's got great volume, guys, 1.6 million, up 5%. And this one, was it this one here that yesterday? Yeah, this one that ran up like crazy yesterday, guys, right? So in after hours, it went from 21.13 up to 23, and now we're just kind of hanging here a little bit below that high from last night. So could be interesting. We'll keep an eye on this one, hanging out below the VWAP and some of the moving averages right now. BABA is good, and A firm is yeah. It's more of a possible, really. It's more of a possible. I'm going to move it down to a possible. We don't have to have 6 today. I'm not going to force a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I'm not going to force 6 if we don't have anything that looks really good this morning out of the stuff that looks not so great. All right, levels, PLTR. Let's start here. You're pretty much set as far as highs and lows from the last 2 trading days, doing a really good job of covering you there. I'm just going to add the low of the pre-market there at 28.32. We'll slam a level there towards the top. You got the area of nice resistance, and we've been back here already. You saw how much resistance you have here from the November, December timeframe, right? Tons of areas trying to get above that, and they were not able to. If we were to get above that, we have not been up there since February, it looks like. The next area where it seems to have a little bit of some rejection is going to be $2 ahead. $30 there is the next area where it has a tough time getting above. If it does get above this 28.63 area that we have right now. In case today's a lucky day and it's going to run, we do have another area right here of support, 32.42. That can be an area of resistance now as we try to make our way above that. Again, it's a very nice run if we can get that going. It'll be tough to see that on a Friday without any kind of catalyst or without the market going insane in one direction, and that'll be north. For Apple, highs and lows right now covering you around the price action, so you're covered top to bottom. The only thing you want to add in here in this congested area is going to be your low of your pre-market at 148.24. You can see that there playing nicely a couple of days, opening and closing right around there. And if you go even further down into August, you see more opening and closings right around that 148.24. So Apple does like that level. The last couple of days, guys, nothing but red here. The last 3 days, we've seen some, some green action there. So that could be interesting. Are we going to turn here on Apple or not? Right? The volume is definitely there for it to happen. We just got to see, do we got the momentum to get going in one direction here? If we do decide to head north, we do have a 150.35 level right on there. Great area of resistance. A couple of days, opening and closing around that area. That could be a nice one for us to get to. But look out for 150, right? Remember, these levels are an area. That 150 whole dollar mark could be something where you might stop short of. LSID, guys, tons of levels towards the bottom, highs and lows from the last 2 trading days. This thing was insane in the after hours yesterday. Let's see if that's going to translate into any action this morning. Low of the pre-market, 22.10, the highest at 22.88, and we can see both of those levels playing nicely with the daily. So I like that very, very much. You can see at 22.88 there playing nicely with some good support over and over and over. That's a big time level there, guys, 22.88. You can see how many times that thing supported off that level. The few times it dropped, it did create a level over at 22.08, which is actually a low of your pre-market. So you can see a low of your pre-market also playing nicely there as well. So I think we're looking pretty good. If we were to break out of this 2288 level, which is a great area of support, we do have another level here over at 2242. That's a nice one to have just in case we get going there. Towards the bottom, guys, pretty much cover. Not going to add anything else there. You're pretty much set there. Here is BABA up 1.2 this morning. Let's remove some of these levels. Let's freshen that up a little bit. Towards the bottom, you don't need to add anything, guys. Highs and lows from the last two trading days are covering you. Previous day close. Even the low of the pre-market this morning is one of the highs and lows on your daily chart. This would have been the low from 2 days ago, right on there. So you're pretty set there. Towards the top here, we do have the high of the pre-market at 159.01. And then slightly above that, let's see what we got going on here. This daily's not great. So the daily levels on BABA are usually not the best because I don't put a great daily chart, right? They don't put a great daily in. So we have 162.87, 166.90. Those two are all set there. All right, do I have 4 stocks only? 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 stocks on the main list. And I think I'm going to keep it that way. Quick recap of our possibles here. Let's see if anything's popping up here. No, maybe ABCL, maybe this one could be on our main list. AMC actually could be on our main list because that thing can get going anytime. Let's bring that up here. Let's set levels for that. I have a higher hope of this one doing something than the rest of the ones on the secondary list. So we'll remove it from here and we'll bring up AMC and we'll keep it like that. We'll keep it with 5 today. So AMC, low of the pre-market 45.10. Then you're surrounded by the highs and lows. So that's pretty good there. You can add the high of the pre-market sitting all the way at a 46.83. So you can add that there. And then towards the bottom, in case we were to lose this previous day close and some of these lower levels here, 42.39 could be something that we can get to. But we'll see where this goes on AMC. Again, they're going to get the volume. We know that. It's just, are we going to trade well today in one way or the other? All right, pretty good. Let's see what our moderators have this morning, guys. Let's take a look at their list. Let me resize some things over here, fine tune this, get rid of that. As I'm doing this, please hit that thumbs up over on YouTube, guys. It helps us out a whole lot. So let's please do that. We are at 175. If we can get higher, that will be great. We love that 300 like number. That is our sweet spot for sure and what we aim for every morning. Okay, let's get the moderators in here and see what they're watching. Looking forward to see what the moderators have this morning on their list, given the type of Friday that it is, right? Because a lot does not look great. So, all right, here is their list, guys. Let's start here with Thor. As I mentioned earlier, he's watching Microsoft. He also has Apple, LSIT, and PLTR. John is looking at BABA and Tesla. Dima has Apple, X, and BNGO on her list. No IPOs, no SPAC for this this Friday. Seems this Wednesday was Friday. Weird week. Tiffany's looking at LSIT, ABCL, PLTR, BABA, Tesla. I'll take a look at Tesla. I see a couple of the moderators looking at Tesla. We'll see what's going on there. Peter's looking at AMD, GM, Apple. Secondary list, LSIT, IPHA, ABCL, and also CRVS this morning. So that's our moderators list right now. As you can see, not crazy. It's not a whole lot going on. I see a couple of moderators looking at Tesla. We'll take a look what's happening there. Daily looks interesting. So I see what they're looking at. Daily for a possible breakout there. That looks very, very good on Tesla. We just need the volume to come in. Only at 98,000 right now, but it does have good potential there to get going. So pretty good. All right, guys, 9:11 at the moment. We are all set for the market open. Guys, remember, it is Friday, so you want to trade and be very cautious, be very patient, especially with the list that we have today. It's one of these lists that, not a lot looks great right now. There's a lot of stuff that has great potential. That does not mean that, you have to be forced to take a trade when things are not showing up based on your trade book, right? So very, very important. So look at your strategy, see what you have there, and make sure that if something looks good, take it. If not, we come back Monday. But you do want to go into this weekend knowing that you were disciplined, that you follow your rules, and that you did not force anything, broke some of your rules, got into some bad trading for no apparent reason than just wanting to take a trade. Because as traders, when we sit here, guys, and you hear, I know I repeat this all the time, but you're going to notice that trading is about repetition over and over and over and over and over again until it sinks in and you stop doing the mistakes that you keep constantly doing. When we review traders and we look at their journal, and we look at what the mistakes they're doing, it's the same thing over and over again. Not sticking to their stop, averaging down, not sticking to a stop, then a month later and averaging down. It's the same thing. So if we repeat the same thing over and over again, hopefully you eventually stop doing that and you become a better trader. But it's all about repetition, guys. The strategies are the same; they're not changing, right? The watches that we're looking for the same stuff every morning. It's nothing new every single morning, right? It's a variation of things. It's all the same. It's repetition. But you'd be surprised how hard it is for us humans to follow this repetition over and over again, especially in trading and when you have money involved. Money is the thing that makes us act all a little bit funny and funky. So be careful today going to your weekend, knowing that you traded very well and that you did not do something that is going to hurt your account, hurt your mindset of trading, your confidence, and you're thinking about it over the weekends. You're trying to hang with friends and family. That's the worst thing you can do, because you cannot come back and make it up tomorrow. You have to wait 2 more days with that hanging over your head. So don't do that. Giving you that talk right now, very early on this morning. With that said, guys, 9:13, Andrew and Brian will be coming on shortly. Hopefully, Brian, I think his computer is fixed. His computer decided to take an early weekend day there and stop working 1 day sooner than it was supposed to. But hopefully he is good to go today. We'll be seeing him on shortly. More watch lists. We do have Eamon coming up with his potential longs, Ford, AMD, American Airlines. He has POTR as possible short, open. He has 4 as possible long and short. So he has 4 going both ways there. And then he has SQ, which is very risky, as he's noting there. Ford looks good. Let's take a look at Ford. And Thor is adding BABA to his list based on volume from yesterday. We'll see. Ford, you know what? I see some people saying Ford looks good, and this is the great thing about trading. To me, it does not for the way I trade, but for Eamon, it looks very good. So he has something here that he likes. There's some other traders saying that it looks good as well. So they have something here that they like. I wouldn't add this one on my list, but that's, you got to do what works for you. If this one works for you here and you see something good and you traded it consistently and you've been profitable on your strategy, by all means, definitely have it on your list there. Guys, thank you so much. 280 likes. We're almost there. 20 likes for 300. And we'll be happy campers over here. Thank you so much. As we wait for Andrew and Brian to hop on this Friday morning, going into the last day of trading. Remember, guys, volume dies down a little bit early on Friday, especially during this week, right? This week has been a little bit different. At least the last 2 days have been when it comes to volume. So be careful with that. Very good. Any more moderators with their list this morning? Oh, it will be Thor and Brian today. Excellent. So Thor and Brian today, since we cut Thor short yesterday. I don't think Thor got to trade a whole lot live. So it'll be Thor and Brian. Thor, let's make sure he has a link ready to go. We'll get that over to him, and these guys will jump on, and we'll get rocking and rolling here. So let's get Thor his link there so he can join. He'll start calling up, and we can start talking about his watch list, see what he likes this morning, and get his take on today's open. All right, here we go. We'll give him this over here. Thank you, guys. 309. Just saw that there. Appreciate that very, very much, guys. Again, we ask for these likes because it does mean a lot to us in the channel there. So I appreciate you very much as we do this show every morning. Brian's watch list: APHA, GDEV, ASAN, JD, Lucid, and TCRR. That is Brian's watch list. And speaking of Brian and Thor, they are both on time, hopping on here. Perfect. Looks like Brian's got a little more light this morning. I like that. You can see his face nice and clear as he's moving some light fixtures around. Yeah, let's get a zoom in of what's going on there. There you go, Brian, my man.
Gonna start calling him Hollywood.
Yes.
There you go. See,
Hollywood BP. What's up?
Too much detail.
All right, guys. Take care. Trade safe. I'll be in the chat room. Have a good one, guys. Have a great Friday. Hit that thumbs up for Brian and Thor. Take care, guys.
Hey everybody, how's it going? I'll talk for a few minutes while Brian's getting his look set up. It's looking good. How's everybody doing this morning? Hello over there, everyone in YouTube land. Good to see everybody this morning. Looking forward to some talks. For me, watch list wise, I'm really kind of dialed into Apple and LCID. And then for kind of a secondaries, I'm watching Beyond Meat, for instance, has a really interesting volume signal yesterday. It kind of sold down, but then bought up in a very tight hammer on high volume. So that could be kind of cool. So it'll be interesting to see what we got here. I want to check out what Brian, you got JD on the list today?
Yeah, I was looking at the Chinese stocks. KWeb is up. There's everything else is kind of meh. Like there isn't much going on here today. The only ones
exactly.
There's the only thing that's really standing out to me here are the Chinese stocks. KWeb, which is the ETF, Billy, Baba, Baidu, JD, all firmly in the green, up a couple percent. So we're getting a bit of a bounce on these. So just, but I'm not liking a lot. I don't usually like to play second day moves. Like for a firm had a great day yesterday. ASAN, great day yesterday. Second day moves, not as predictable. A couple of stocks that are really down today. What happened to PTGX? Man, they just crapped the bed. On the FDA clinical trial on hold. Okay. PCRR didn't like. Obviously, people didn't like the results from their phase 1/2 phase trials. So a couple of drug stocks with some bad news.
Yeah, it looks like the SPY has continuing to build volume. I noticed yesterday the SPY kind of bought up towards the end of the day and ended up closing pretty high with fair volume. It'll be really interesting to see how the SPY responds today. If it's going to continue to kind of set this range here under 447 to like 444, chop this little $3 range, or if we're going to, I think 444 looks really obvious to me as a high value area. That's used to be R3 on my daily pivots last month. Sits at 444 right now, holding high value VPOCs there on my daily. So I'm going to watch the SPY, especially if we start to lose 444. Things could get pretty interesting pretty quick.
Yeah.
But like SPY is sitting right underneath previous day's close.
I don't know.
Right now.
After on like I said, on Affirm and ASAN, I mean, big moves yesterday on both of them. I kind of feel like, I kind of feel like they're going to be a little erratic today, although I kind of like the price action on the SAN sort of gapping up a bit here. Excuse me. What else we got here? Try to find something that didn't move a lot yesterday. Yeah, don't like the way. I like the way it moves on a daily, but I sure don't like the way it moves on intraday. That UPST. Lucid sort of selling off here. Be big.
Yeah, one thing really,
Be big could be a mover today. Bill. Yeah, there could be a lot of stuff going on. There's really not much going on in the pre-market. So I think it's going to be just kind of watch scanners.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, patience will be a virtue today for sure.
Maybe AMC could be an interesting, could make an interesting move today. This is a quad. Is this maybe Jared talked about this morning. I think this is like a quad witching day. Yeah, I saw ABCL. It's up again.
Hey, hey, Brian, can you elaborate on Quad Witching Day?
Now,
What
this
that what
is
that entails?
yeah. It's basically when a whole bunch of like this is the third Friday of the month, so these are when all of them sort of when all the options expire, and then you got a bunch of futures um, expiring and they all expire on the same day, which doesn't happen very often, but when it does, it's can be can make for more volatility. Yeah, third Friday of the month of each quarter. Thanks. Yeah, Be Big kind of looks interesting. I mean, that's I think that's a meme stock. It is. It is kind of looking interesting. I mean, ABCL does, kind of, it's obviously gapping up. It does look interesting. I'm just going to be back in a sec.
Mm-hmm. So, Serge in the room was asking me a general question, which is if the SPY is an index of a bunch of stocks, does the SPY price change from people buying or only as the price it represents? So the answer to that is, funny enough, is yes. Both of those things are happening. So it does move because people are. I don't know if the previous close, Ryan, is accurate, Ethan, either. I got to check that really quick. That's what I was just looking at before Brian set up. But you on an exchange traded fund, right, like an ETF, the ETF is made up of various stocks from all of the various, securities that make it up, like that comprise it. And as those securities gain and lose value, right, then the price does move. But most of the price movement is actually correlated with people buying in and buying out. People just buy in and buy out and hedge using ETFs, for broader market movement. So I don't have a pivot scanner, no. Is Apple? So Apple just did a really interesting wick there. So we got about 5 minutes till the open, y'all. So it's time to start kind of dialing in and finalizing those lists of what you're going to look for. I kind of agree with Brian in the fact that there is, some stuff out there, but I don't see any clear, just like obvious ticker that I want to jump into. Like I'm fighting at the bit to get into it. So we're gonna have to let some of these things shake out a little bit. Here, especially at the open, I might try and wait 5 minutes or so before getting into a trade, just to let things shake. LCID just had a really big pop on with some volume behind it.
Yeah, I see that. All right.
Oh, strong ladder on LCID too.
So
That
Lucid
could be
might
interesting.
be interesting.
Spread
Yeah,
just always stinks.
Again, kind of a mover yesterday. So
Nvidia is actually kind of interesting on the daily.
HLBZ is popping up on the scanner. BZ. So float on that. Let's say. Okay, well, just adding HLBZ. Just gonna keep an eye on that one. I don't know why that wasn't on the Gapper's watch list. It's got 2 million shares, 2.8 million shares traded so far. This thing's kicking it.
Microsoft just
HLBZ. Yeah, HLBZ.
SPY volume coming in on the SPY pretty heavy right now.
It's dropping a bit. Yeah.
60,000 shares on average per minute, maybe a little more.
Okay, we're getting
Right
some
off of
some funky moves here on the open. Prior to the open, just prior. SPY's dropping. IWM's dropping.
Yeah, Microsoft too. Looks like tech probably is starting to
dropping.
sell.
AMC's dropping. I'd be watching for further weakness on AMC. Maybe. I'm gonna watch HLBZ. I'm gonna drop this Gdev. Doesn't seem to be doing anything. HLBZ seems to be where everybody's looking. Okay, guys, 30 seconds to the open.
Good luck,
AMC's
everybody.
Popping up. HLBZ. Oh yeah, it's pushing higher. What's going to resolve to the one way? I just don't like the spread on HLBZ.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. HLBZ's cranking it. Bit of a long here. Long on HLBZ. Just sold some here. It's going to get halted. Maybe. Oof, big drop.
Tech in general seems to have sold quite a bit at this opening minute.
Wow, HLBZ's just jumping all over the place. Just getting out more because I'm not really liking the way it's trading. Yeah, I'm down to very little size here on HLBZ. I'm out of it. That's it. Dropping it.
Oh, good stuff.
Yeah, halted on the way down. Ooh, it's going to get halted. Well, I didn't make a lot on that after all that jerky price action. See what else is going on here. Yeah, halt. Put a halt on it. Wow, JD popped up and then sold off. Now BBig is going. Just looking at JD, it's trying to bust out here. I'm not really liking anything and everything. If I'm looking at all these charts, everything's pretty choppy.
Mm-hmm.
Someone mentioned CRVS dropping. No shares for short. We're getting the Bros coffee again here. It's all over the place as well.
Yeah, exactly. We needed Andrew to help us drive some volume. Getting just thinking about a long here on BBG. Getting long here. It's 868. Ooh, IPHA is starting to pop out here. Come on, be big. It's right at sitting at a R1 level, R3, I should say. My PHA is getting volume here. I don't like B big either. It's just nothing's looking like it's moving. I'm just getting out of B big as well, kind of flat. Made Got a little short going on SPY.
Yeah, AMC is actually looking shorty too.
Covering some here.
Down at a support. Let's see if it bounces. IPHA. It's going.
There we go. Partial. Very nice, Phil.
Long IPHA. Maybe this one's going to work.
More out at 444.50. Yeah, I short SPY with SPY, Eddie Mac. I don't trade the leverage ones. I like just trading the straight ETF. I find the order flow much easier to read than on the leverage.
Selling IPHA. This
more out SPY.
It's reminding me of a beer. Hey, nice one. Nice short on SPY.
I was waiting patiently. A little one and done action there. That'll work.
Yeah,
that put me over goal. Yes. Cool.
Nice one.
Cool. Come on back. I don't even care, SPY. Do what you're going to do now. I'm going to drop.
Selling more.
The level 2 on it's fairly bearish, so I had a pretty good shot on this one. It dropped right towards pre-market low, so I got the move I was looking for.
Just still long.
Went short at the 9.
B big's not doing much of anything. There we go. Added a little more on an IPHA. When on that pullback, oh yes, here we go. Selling some here, 880. Just drop the H and it's an IPA. That's what I'm going to call it. IPA. Here we go, through 9. Come on, baby. Come on.
And when I trade with Brian RFG, I somehow seem to just make money. I don't really know how or why.
How it works. Okay, I sold more there, 902. It's just sitting above 9 there on the ask. Diddly doodly.
Something very calming about trading with the profit of profit.
Yeah, there you go. Look at that. AMC is looking weak.
I love it. Small Forces says it's called profit osmosis.
Yeah, it's leaking off there. Oh, okay, so I've still got a little bit of IPHA. Looks like we're going into a halt here. Yeah, got a halt going on. All right, so I don't mind holding a few shares through this halt.
That's solid. Let me see. I want to look at that IPHA. So one thing that Brian and I talk about too on like stocks like IPHA, if you notice at IPHA, it's got like orders like on the top side are sitting all the way up at $12. So it really looks like this thing could get running. So what, like, or and then at $11. So some things like Brian and I'll do is we'll go ahead and put limit orders out. Like so, like right now it's like 928 is where it's halted. We'll put limit orders out at like 950, 10, and throw them out there. And then what often can happen on these once they reopen is the whole order book often gets blasted in the first like 30 seconds or so when that happens. If you've already got some, but it's so fast, sometimes you'll even miss it. It'll just go boom, boom, boom. Oh, PLTR is moving. Oh yeah, bounced right off a pre-market low. Look at that thing go. Wow. All right. PLTR is looking aggressive on the daily. I didn't even realize yesterday. The thing is like almost parabolic on the daily.
Lucid's coming back up. SPY is finding IWM just ripped it, popped at the open, and now it's pulling back. This has been a really choppy morning.
Nice. Get that PLTR, y'all, while it's popping. Man, look at that thing running against the SPY, too. Yeah. PLTR's got something going on.
Yeah, see HLBZ.
The level 2 on PLTR is extremely bullish. If you guys want to see what a bullish level 2 looks like, look at PLTR right now. That thing is just straight up bullish.
Wow, look at this. Look at HLBZ is going now. PLTR still making a move here.
Good trade, Tund. We have a few members right now that nailed PLTR, so especially like Tund in there. So that's exciting. Good y'all.
Nice.
That's that's an aggressive move. That's a make your whole day in one move kind of move right there.
That's a tough one to that would have been a tough one to trade. I don't know how. If you traded that, that's excellent. You just got a really basically a V reversal on that. Yeah. It's going through 30.
Darn near a dead cat bounce. That thing was like screaming down, and then it just
totally
just right the other direction.
People just bought it up. It's going through 29. Here we go. Here's your 29.
Yeah, look, the level 2 on this thing is insanely bullish. It's just ripping. There we go. It just ran into a huge seller. It was like 100,000 or something like that went through. That stalled it a bit. That's fun. It can when it bounces, Simmer.
I'm just,
SPY's rallying back to open price.
Yeah, I'm not. ASAN is bouncing back here. These Chinese stocks look really weak. Oh, look at HLBZ. It's deciding to break out here now. That was a really crappy move at the open.
All right, it looks like I'm going to be cutting the rest of my SPY position here in a second. This thing really just, it might have been a squeeze, but it really popped there.
Okay, we're getting ready to open on IPHA. I am going to put my order in at, see, what the heck? I'm going to use 1005 because I like the sound of that. So I'll put in, I'll just look playing for, no, I'm going to use 1002. There's an order there at 1002. I'll put in an order at 1002 to sell some. Here we go. Going to get there. Come on.
The volume on this thing.
Here we go. Come on. Get up there.
Look at the order flow on that thing.
Yeah.
It's moving.
It's going to sell. I'm going to sell it instead here, 950. I think it might do a bit of a pullback here.
Yeah, this thing's starting to run up to a 15-cent spread at times, which is a little scary on a $9.50 stock.
PLTR is still moving here. Okay, so I only have 200 shares left here on IPHA, so I'm down to very small size. Okay, well, that was a day.
That was exciting.
Yeah, like took a couple of tries. PLTR going. Yeah, I'm still in skin. What's it doing? Still have a small number of shares here. Still doing okay. It's right at the 9 moving average, or it's above the 9 moving average on the daily. Oh, they're finally got through 10. Should have, on IPHA. So I got a fill on the rest there at 1002. It's still going to.
I don't have a lot of shares left, but I'm going to try and add here on SPY short under VWAP, and see if it rejects downwards. If it does, then good to go. If not, I'm all out if it reclaims VWAP, and that'll be done for the day for me.
We're trying to keep it from halting. Halt is at 1055. Here we go. We're going to get another halt on IPHA.
All right, here we go. Partial SPY. Good ad. Haha.
Nice drop, yeah.
A little low volume squeeze back to the averages. I see you.
Oh,
Let's do this.
They didn't halt it. Didn't get halted. Interesting. Oh, here we're going. We're going through 11.
Look at that thing.
Yeah, I did. I got back in it.
Yeah, darn right you did. Look at that thing go. You were all over that, man. You knew this thing. You knew it. You knew where it was going.
I knew.
I already got over to 1002. How about 11? How about 1090?
Yeah, no, I'm mostly out of it again. Seems to be. Oh, there you go. Got a halt again.
Yep.
Yeah.
Paused.
So still got a few shares left again.
I want a BB t-shirt that says "I knew it." We should get it, Ryan. Wear them like some white shirts that just say or black shirt with "I knew it" in white letters right across the chest. Little BBT logo. Oh, I'd definitely buy one. I made my own hat. I mean, come on. I would definitely buy that shirt. That'd be so fun.
Great. Way to go, Danya. Danya or Donna? Well, whatever it is, way to go. Still in some, me too.
Danya.
Yeah.
Santosh.
Yes.
Oh, look, Santosh is with you on IPHA.
Nice,
like a boss.
nice. Seemed to be the one that was moving the best here. After we had to wait a little bit.
Wow. That PLTR grab, Chris. Dang. You got it right at the new high above that hammer, man. I love that. You got it right there, and then look at the pop on that thing. Some good trades, y'all.
Yes, definitely some good trades here this morning. CRVS, yeah, now it's picking up.
It's
sort of
always
back
when
at
we
a
say this market looks boring, I don't think anything's going to happen today. And then it's like, and then it's like we're just on fire. Well, we make this
exactly.
happen, people. We find stocks to trade. It's a great day to be a day trader. Yeah, let's get our
Sure.
quad witching on, right? That's a day. Let's do it.
Yeah, CRVS is getting lots of volume. I don't know what the AFRM's popping up on the scanner.
Let's go
AMC's
spy.
just a chop fest. Yeah, SPY looks like it's gonna drop here.
Yeah,
It's
I
gonna
added
lose
short
this
at
level.
VWAP.
Okay, cool. That nice ad. Very nice ad.
I want to see if this thing gets to pre-market low. That's my next target. Like 440, 420. Yeah, come on, baby. I just told you where. Boom. 440, 420. Like I asked. Come on now. Partial for pre-market low. I like it. Yeah. Yeah. There you go. There you go. Yeah, partial 443.90 something.
Yeah,
Woo!
IWM's going to go. It looks like it's going to go red on the day here. Every other index is in the red. BABA's is going higher. BABA's, despite the fact that what is it? What's the name of that company? Evergird going bankrupt. Yeah. No, you know what? PLTR is not setting up for a 920. It might bounce off the VWAP 9 moving average, but 920 trade you need a nice steady run up for about a half an hour to 45 minutes. PLTR has been trading sort of too erratically for a 920 trade. You know, not to say that it won't bounce off this level right here.
I think that's a really good point, though, Brian. If you're looking to trade, like using those kinds of averages, like, you know, especially if you're doing like a 920 like Brian does, which has a fairly tight risk when you're taking an entry, you really want a stock that's kind of in control of itself. You don't want to be taking that trade on a stock that's gonna run, you know, randomly run some kind of like crazy spread on you. Partial on SPY, by the way, some kind of crazy like spread on you or something, because you're just gonna end up like taking a loss and then watching it go the other way. You got to really be, you know, there is a regimented part to that, and it's really cool. You guys are presenting that next week, right? You and Andrew are gonna present the
Maybe
920,
somebody is, yeah.
something like that. Someone's doing it.
KAPH. Yeah, here we go. IPHA. Oof. There's careful now, guys. We've gone into two different halts now.
Yeah.
We've gone into two halts. Third one, I always think the third one's dicey.
Yeah, agreed.
And then after that, you're into the danger zone. Spy's coming down to low. Yes, yesterday's low here. Here we go.
Yeah, this should be interesting. This is that 444 level I was talking about on SPY this morning that I'm really interested in, if we're going to get underneath it and then continue to go down, because that could be very interesting for the rest of this day.
Yeah, and I'm out of IPHA. I'm out of it completely. That was it. 1150.
Like a boss.
Yeah, I'm right out. Amir, what did you do? This looks like an IPHA chart, even though I haven't pulled it up yet. Yep, nice. Oh, I like the ad back.
Yeah. That build back in at 950 is legit.
Sweet.
I don't know. I think Amir, I think you can probably call it a Friday. That looks like
Yeah,
you've got quite a bit in there.
careful. Yeah, well, yeah, good one. Careful, guys. Here we go. This is possibly where we get the downside halt, and this is one you don't want to be stuck in.
Yeah, exactly. Look at that. I mean, it's funny how that works, doesn't it, Brian? Because I mean, how many times have you and I said that, and it works the same way? It's like, okay, first halt, great. Second halt, great. Third halt, all right, time to pay attention.
Yeah,
Right? Like
watch
it
out.
just seems like it just does that. I don't know. Maybe bad things come in threes. I don't know.
Yeah,
But
well, I think
it is
it's honestly,
interesting.
I think it's buyer. It's basically buyer exhaustion. I mean, I think we
Yeah,
just, how many incremental buyers are going to, buy in once it's gone from, $8 to almost 12. How many
yeah.
incremental buyers are left?
Level two is looking kind of bearish on it too. So it looks like it may drop back to $10.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean,
Maybe
it
it'll
could
hold
be
here though.
yeah, I mean, this is an area where you could play it long again.
The
I,
ladder's a little strong to the downside, but the volume actually looks good for a potential
yeah,
advance.
yeah, I just took it long again there, just off that bounce, just a couple hundred shares. Just not gonna hold on to them for long.
You're not the only
Maybe.
one. The
Oh
tape
yeah,
just lit
yeah,
up.
yeah. There we go. Selling some. Just selling some
That was a
more
bit.
here.
Tape just lit.
Yeah, you could tell it was going to hold there. I'm all out of it. So played that bounce off the 9 moving average. See how
That's
you
how
could
you
see
do
how
it.
it. Yeah, you see how it came down to the 9 moving average, and that was the level it was gonna. People were gonna get back in on it. So now I don't have an edge, so I'm out of it.
I think that was a really good. You had a large ask at 11 as well, and
Yeah,
it once you went long, the volume came in. It rallied right into that ask, and then boom, hit it, stalled right there. That
yeah,
was a really slick scalp right there.
yeah.
BP
This
on
is
fire.
mm-hmm, IPHA. It's the way you do it.
Profit,
And
profit in the house.
look at that. The SPY is right down at yesterday's low. It's still looking weak here.
Covering more SPY here below,
Thanks.
at 43.30 ish, 35. I'm down to a trailing position, so I can't take any more partials. I just have to go all out. So I'm setting a trail for the loss of the 20 EMA. Basically, I'll let it trail with that average. If it pulls back, holds, maybe I'll add. If not, I'll just go all out. But I don't know if I can squeeze too much more out of this thing. God, that was a good
Yeah,
move on SPY.
there'll probably be a bounce here somewhere.
Yeah, get that buying brigade to come in here in a little bit.
Yeah, but the reversal in the SPY yesterday happened around it happened around 11:15. And that seems to be roughly, it seems to be. I seem to notice. I was looking for reversals, and I go for breakfast at 11 Eastern, and these reversals tend to happen like about 10 minutes, 15 minutes after I've gone for breakfast, so I kind of miss them. Okay, so we're
I need
bouncing
more.
IPHA is again trying to hold on to this 9 moving average. My concern right now is that it's kind of getting played out here. I think it's going to lose the 9 here. SPY is continuing to head lower. It's going south. You still have some short there, Thor?
Yeah, I have a trailing position going because I'm almost out of shares. So I've just got a position set back like 30 or 40 cents, and I'm just letting it trail down, and I'll just go all out whenever it comes to me, unless I see like a really nice ad opportunity.
Nice.
I'll be right back.
What's going on with Smile Direct Club? Okay. It is pouring rain here today. Oh, look at that. It's popping out here too. I think SDC has a pretty heavy short float. Yep. 32% of the float is shorted on SDC. It's really, looking at the daily, it kind of looks interesting. Kind of put in a higher low a couple days ago, last week, maybe early in the week. Starting to break out here on the daily. Yeah, HLBZ is looking weak. It's kind of lost the 9 in the VWAP. No shares for short out there. BBig was a big dud. Tried to break out. Yeah, what's Gdev doing? Gdev popping here. It was weak. Like it had a nice pop, like when the markets opened, pre-market, and then it just it's been a bit of a dud. Now it's basically it's halted here. Yeah, look at the volume spike on that last on just where did that come from? All right. Wow, Apple really sold off. Holy cow. Look at that. Look at that 2-minute chart on Apple. Jeez.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a few of our mods were, I think, had Apple on their watch list. I'm not sure if they.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if
I
they
had it
traded
on
out.
there, but I didn't like it because it sold off on such heavy volume. And then it kind of bought a little bit, and it was just so much volume. Like it was like 11.2 million shares, and I was like, I want to wait. And then after that, it just has just been bleeding down. I mean, it's been pretty brutal.
On the daily, fair value is around 145.70, 145. So call it maybe even 146. So it's got another buck to go here. It just, if you look at the 2-minute chart, 9 moving average, almost like clockwork, came up on that bounce, came up to the 9 moving average, and that's exactly where it failed on the bounce.
Trying one more. Oh, well, that was a really fast response. I added into my SPY short again when it squeezed back up to the average. Little partial back here at the daily level again. And not if it squeezes through the 20 moving average, I'm all out. But I'm averaged in now, so my profit is all out there as well. But I didn't have a very big position, so I'm not really risking much.
Watch the 9 moving average. It did come up. That little bounce
There
on
we
the
go.
SPY almost came up and touched it, and it rejected from it. So again, SPY still in a downtrend, still below the 9 moving average.
Partial. That was a good ad. Ad game is on today.
Yeah, Lucid. Lucid to me just looks choppy right now. I mean, I can't. I don't know what it's going to do. Again, big day yesterday. Just hard to play these stocks second day. AMC is looking really weak. Again, just sort of chopping between a sort of a range here. JD's dropping. I'm surprised the Chinese stocks are up with this news about this brutal real estate company going bankrupt.
That's awesome, Joe. Congratulations. Joe in the room just said, Brian, Thor, great trading with you guys this week. 3 times his weekly goal this week.
Wow.
Have a great weekend.
Gotta
So
love
that is how you do it. It's like your month is done.
Okay.
Vacation time, baby. Hit the beach.
Nice.
Get some.
Very nice.
I think you deserved a little lobster for your dinner on that one then. So
yeah.
Brian and I now give you permission to go out to a nice steak and lobster dinner. Get her done.
There you go. Yeah.
What if his weekly goal is $100? Okay, bologna sandwiches and you know, some potato chips.
Bologna.
But make sure it's a good bologna sandwich, the best bologna, all beef bologna.
The best bologna you can buy.
You can fry that bologna up in a pan. It tastes just like a steak. Maybe make it with a little oodles and noodles, you know, for your little side dish there. Oh, what did we do? I apologize, everybody. I apologize in advance for everything that I've done.
So Gdev
Ladder's still looking a little bearish.
Yeah, Gdev's didn't really do much of anything. Yeah, I just I don't like the chart on Gdev. It just that looked almost contrived the way they popped that up.
A little more SPY out.
Yeah, SPY still, it went, look at that. It went sort of consolidated sideways right to the 9 moving average rejection.
All right.
Good day, Matt. Tesla staying green. It's just hanging on there, isn't it? 0.25%.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm actually gonna just cut this position here on SPY at just above 443. I think the ladder looks bearish and could drop. I've just got so few shares. I just don't really see much value in holding them, so I'm just gonna cut the entire position just because I just don't see the value in holding it. So all out on SPY, just north of 443. Done. So handcuffs.
Yeah, HLBZ. I just, this is not trading as nicely as IPHA did. Just pretty erratic. Look at that nice move up on IPHA from the open. HLBZ has just been a kind of a dog's breakfast, and it really jumps. So yeah, as far as big moves go, I mean, I'm done for the day. I'm kind of thinking AMC is going to be weak. I've been keeping an eye on AMC. I just there it goes. It's gonna sell off some here. Just shorted some. This is not a great entry. Just going to cover some AMC here under 45. SPY is still using the 9 moving average. We still are in a downtrend.
Yeah, it's got a decent bid still sitting down near 443, but it is struggling to approach it. It seems like it's, attempting to find support here, but very indecisive. That's kind of why I cut it. I felt like I'm going to end up holding my position for like, a half hour to get like another 30 cents out of like my few shares. It just doesn't seem like there's a point to it. And there actually are bids buying on the tape. So I was like, or bulls buying on the tape. So I was like, it might bounce here. I've already added. So let's be done.
Susan, nice trade on Apple. We mentioned that earlier, how it sold off. Nice one. Nice trade.
Oh, let's see. Oh, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, very nice. I know.
I like the font.
I don't know.
Cool Apple font.
Still holding on to. I still have a half size on AMC short here. All right, guys. Well, I think we are going to call it a day for our YouTube friends. Thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you everybody out there in YouTube land for hanging with us. I hope you have a great weekend. Hope you had fun trading with us. If you haven't already, please toss us a little like action. Subscribe to the channel. We really appreciate that. Otherwise, keep it green, and we will see you all back on Monday morning for pre-market prep, engineering the markets, all that good stuff. So
yeah,
thanks everybody.
And there's that special for joining. Carlos is going to throw that up there, and you can join us for a week. Give us a try. You don't have to listen to the delayed feeds because you are on a delay when you're watching on YouTube. So there you go. And lots of resources in our on our site and lots of webinars, lots of guest speakers that you'll all get to take advantage of if you choose to join us. Love to have you.
And more importantly, Brian Pesum, the prophet of profit, is there.
There you go. And Thor. Look at that.
Worth the value by himself.
Yeah. And look at that. The SPY you're going to get another leg here, I think, because it's just rejecting off the 9 again here. So, all right, guys, have a great weekend. Get out, enjoy yourself. And we'll see you all Monday morning. Bye for now. See you back in the room, Thor.